Timmy never expected to be abducted by aliens. That was something that only happened to fat people. But the aliens abducted him, and he couldn't do anything about it. This is the story of how that happened. Timmy was wandering through the woods one night. It was dark and scary. He was a bit stupid. Then he saw a light in the sky. What is that, he thought? Is it Jesus? It wasn't Jesus. It was a UFO. The UFO got closer and closer. It shone a spotlight in Timmy's eyes. He couldn't see. He tried to run away, but he fell over a log. And it wasn't a log, it was an alligator. And it bit Timmy on the leg. "Help me," he said. "I've been bitten." And the UFO listened. It got closer and closer. Two mechanical arms came out and grabbed Timmy by the head and lifted him up. "That really hurt," said Timmy. But the aliens didn't care, because they were aliens. The aliens brought him inside the ship. He went through corridors of lights, weird moving parts, and strange tubes that wobbled and glooped with strange fluids in them. "Gee, Timmy, you're a mess," said the aliens. Timmy looked around. He was in a featureless room. There was a window, and the alien had its face squashed against it. It stuck out his tongue and moved its face up and down with a squelchy sound. "Please let me go," said Timmy. "I don't like it in the UFO." "That's too bad," said the alien, "because we don't care. We live on UFOs because we're aliens." Timmy pondered. "Is it a UFO, if you can tell what it is?" "Yes, it is," said the alien. The alien moved and pressed a button. It was a strange button. It had orange dots on it and was a mushroom shape. He squelched it and twisted it and pulled at it, and suddenly a door opened and Timmy came tumbling out into the main control room. "Gee, Timmy, you're a mess," said the alien. "Why have you brought me on your UFO?" said Timmy. "Well," said the alien, "we were going to bribe you, but it didn't seem right, so you're going to be our pet now." "I don't want to be a pet," said Timmy. He'd seen what pets eat: dog food, cat food. He didn't like the look of it. So Timmy sat down in a chair. The aliens brought out a table and said, "Timmy, we're going to feed you some shit." They brought out a large rat, a piece of cheese, and a banana. Timmy hated bananas, but he didn't mind the cheese. That wasn't too bad. But then the alien said, "I'm sorry, but that was hallucinogenic cheese. You really shouldn't have eaten that, and we feel bad about giving it to you." But it was too late for Timmy. The walls were closing in. They turned to liquid and orange blobs that flew around. This is heightened by the fact there were orange blobs flying around, because it was a UFO. But the UFO people, they didn't care because they were aliens. And they said alien things to him like, "Have you watched telly tonight? We don't watch telly, we don't like telly," and other things that were very strange to Timmy. Timmy decided it was time to escape. So he ran up to the wall and started to fool around with one of the bolts. "I have a screwdriver here somewhere," he thought. He's not very bright, Timmy. You can't undo bolts with a screwdriver. But Timmy tried and tried. He broke his fingernails. His thumb got sprained, but he managed to open it. And outside was space. "Gee," Timmy thought, "I don't want to go into space." But it was too late. He was sucked out into the void. As Timmy tumbled away, the alien said, "You know, I feel bad about that. We made a new friend and we lost him. We discovered a new planet and it's gone. What are we going to do now?" They didn't know, but the alien hovered away, wobbling strangely like it was on a string, making a weird theremin-like noise as it disappeared over the space horizon. The event horizon? Perhaps, but it was gone. The alien zipped off into space, far off into the void, never to be seen again. And Timmy was missed dearly, and everyone's very sad to hear he'd been abducted by aliens. Yes, aliens.